Judges, do you have any comments?
Okay, maybe I'll start first. Thanks a lot. It's really, I mean, in my opinion, is good. Just one question. In terms of the energy efficiency, how many percent energy savings do you achieve from this project? I know you mentioned that EUI is about less than 100 kilowatt hours per meter square, but in terms of energy modeling, the savings, is it like 20% savings, 30% savings, or 40% savings?
I have the figures for each building. This like the amount of savings the solar panels will be able to generate for each building. So the cost is actually in the report and the table. So for each building, yeah, there are different.
I think can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me? I think what Albert is trying to drive at is if you do energy modeling, you must first know what is the lousiest building you can do as a model, as a make-believe model. And that is your base energy requirement. And then your building is at what level? And then between that is the percentage of energy saving. That's one. Okay. Second thing, energy saving under the code or the BCA framework cannot be fully attributed to just solar energy generated. Solar energy generated can only be allowed for a tiny part of what we construe as savings. That's one. That's what Albert is trying to drive at. So basically, you guys have the unfortunate honor of being the first team. So I'm sure the people behind quickly sing calculator. So don't worry about it. But that is the correct methodology for doing energy saving requirements. Okay. Any other?
I'll maybe ask a couple of questions about just to so I can be a little bit more book smart about how I exam smart about how I do the judging. I'd like to ask if you've done any programming approaches to generate and evaluate different design options, because you basically showed an initial model, and then from there you basically went to, of course, re-sketching out on butter paper, which is how most of us do design. But following that first approach, were there any further tests done on what eventually became the final scheme to basically tell you that that was the right approach?
Maybe before we answer, do you have your report here? Do you have the several copy of the report? This is the report, is it? That's the only report. Okay, can
Firstly, when we did our first one, we ran simulations and we had many green strategies in accordance to the first one. So after like many considerations, after site visits, we found that in terms of column position and building position, it did not work well, and we eventually sort of clashed with one another. After running solar analysis, we also found that it did not. The indoor areas were not lighted properly. That's what caused us to move on to the next portion of the building.
Okay, first thing, you are year what?
Year 3.
Year 3. First thing I would like to say, it was a rather good presentation, very confidently delivered. So I've got a couple of questions. First quick questions, you just answer very quickly. You all mentioned that you all use Buford for universal design, right? Buford, right? Did you all take reference to the BCA universal design guideline? It's way more comprehensive than the Buford one, and it's more localized. Did you all have a look at that? Yes,
No, we were like just advice for the new.
There is this, which is a very, very comprehensive universal design that takes color, etc., for each people, not just area free, etc. Next question, why 5 meter? Your building height is 5 meters, is it? You mentioned your floor to floor height. What is your floor to floor height?
4.
4 meters. Is it 4 meters?
Yeah.
Why 4 meters?
The standard.
No, you must understand. You must understand why it's 4 meters.
4 meters, right? Because our passive displacement system, right, the higher ceiling, right, so the airflow will be more. We will push the contaminants away. So in the rooms, right, it will provide more fresher air for the occupants, and it's office, so it's good that they have fresher air, so they can be more productive.
Okay, so must have a rationale of why you are. How many stories is this building?
5.
5. So your last height of floor is how much? Total.
20.
Yeah. I would also like to reiterate what my fellow judges say. You all issued the final iteration for your solar. You all have other iterations, right? First, second, third. See your design process. Okay, that's all you all mentioned. I think I cannot remember that you all had a strategy. I think it would be good to summarize quickly what was your other green design features strategy other than solar. So just now you all mentioned that you all treated the facade, right? So it was a bit fragmented. Can you all just reiterate, or I don't need to explain again, how did you all treat the facade? Because you all have already acknowledged that you all had a problem with the heat because of your high window wall ratio. What was the actual? You was here, you were there, but what is your overall?
Yeah, we did put on.
Yeah.
So for some facade, right, for the fenestration, we actually use low E glasses. Then for some facades, right, we actually have green wall that is easy to maintain. So we can reduce maintenance fee at the same time also using the heat gain coefficient. Does that answer your question?
Is that all? That's all, right? I just want to know what are the overall. Then you had the timber fin.
Yeah, another facade is the timber fins to help increase the mass a bit, so you can reduce the heat going through.
Was there any TTP company?
No, sorry.
No, I just need to know. Okay.
I think you mentioned that computational approach was used to calculate the feed, right? So what is the focus of their calculations? Is it the spacing in between?
Yeah, the spacing in between and the length and height of the fins. You can adjust the variations of how how long you want it to be.
I thought it was determined by your floor height, right?
One of our buildings are like 5 meters high. Yeah.
So you have variation because we don't see from the
Oh,
slide.
for our auditorium and exhibition space is much more higher than other buildings.
I think it's more like you try to determine the spacing in between so that you still have natural sun.
Yeah, there's also a input where you can adjust like how wide you want your fins to be, so that you can allow the light or maybe like to shade how much you want.
And also from coordination point of view, you only use Link. You don't use any other software to help you to coordinate between archi and structure.
Yeah, initially we wanted to use BIM 360 as part of our coordination, but the Polytechnic unfortunately does not have the license, so we had to resort to Revit Link. So that took up a lot of our time because we had to always link back and forth between the different files.
Never consider like Navisworks and Navis.
We actually have Navisworks, but we didn't really like have a chance to learn it much in detail.
In school, we only were taught Revit because Yeah.
Temasek Poly lecturer or
Because we are more variety building students, so the only designing wise Autodesk based software we learned in school was Revit. So everything else was learned on our own.
Sorry, Alvin, can I have a last question? I just want to ask, you guys opted to use MET as a word, just so that we have some discussion about the MET here. Because the MET, most of the technology is, of course, imported from overseas. I'm just wondering if any measures were taken to adapt the technology to tropical context, because you're in a forested area, you're next to water. What happens to timber when it's taken from a European or Australian climate, for example, brought to a tropical climate, 6 months of sun, 6 months of rain, and made to perform all of these things? I'm wondering if any so-called special considerations were made in its application.
that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Oh, sorry.
Just one last comment on the question. I think the form is actually very interesting. Unfortunately, I think we didn't go into the rationale of the form. You have spaces, right?
Yeah.
You didn't show us what space go where. So as an architect, I would have been interested a bit more about the form and but it's not shown on the, because you have all the 3D already, right? You just need to generate different snapshots here, there, to know a little bit more about the form. The articulation of the form is a little bit, to me, as an architect, it's a little bit insufficient. If I'm the owner of the building, I go away to a big idea of what actually my building look like. So that is just an offhand comment. A little bit more on the architecture side, people would have been nice, but then again, this is sustainability design and usually, because no matter what, you're still looking at you're still trying to build a beautiful building at the end of the day. So that's just an offhand comment.
Can something. Yeah. So actually we had a design idea from the bubble diagram. So actually come up with a floor plan and then each. Yeah, I mean that.
That's why I'm saying it's not shown. I'm not saying you all didn't do it. I'm saying it's not shown. You all did the work. Right? Right? Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Team Impact from SB. All right, all yours.
Mic test, mic test. Hello. Good morning, judges. Sorry, am I too loud? Okay, good morning, judges, lecturers, and fellow students. What a journey. I would like to begin by thanking SP and BCA for organizing such an eye-opening event, bringing together individuals from varied disciplines and bridging our experiences. My name is Ernest, and alongside me are my team members, consisting of 5 aspiring architects and 3 engineers to be. It is my pleasure to be walking you through IBEW 2019. And so, let's begin with the task. The site is in close proximity to the future Punggol Digital District opening in 2023 progressively. And we aim to offer a conducive and nurturing ecosystem for startups and enablers in the infocom, media, and electronics industry. With our goal to attract like-minded freelancers and startups together in nature while simultaneously working with nature, our development will house offices of various sizes and of unique interiors that will accommodate to the dynamic needs of millennials. It will also feature various facilities such as co-working spaces, workshops, event spaces, and even a library, complementing the future PDD features. So, what sparked our concepts? Well, it was from experiencing Coney firsthand. The waves playfully scouring the breakwaters, the wind tickling our cheeks, and the chuckle of children as they ran about. Renowned architect Glenn Burkett ever remarked, and I paraphrase, touching the earth lightly is not just about building a building with 4 columns. It's about where did the material come from, and what damage have we done from actually excavating the material from the site. In essence,